Welcome to the Rainy Day Rabbit Holes podcast, your escape from the mundane.
Dive into the rich history of the Pacific Northwest with us and let your mind wander down the rabbit hole.
Because in the Northwest, it's always raining something weird. I am Shea.
And I'm Jody. Let's fall down the rabbit hole.
It's early September, which means the kids are going back to school. Thank God. No, I don't have kids, so I don't know that relief. We are already being bombarded with early pumpkin decorations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because of you.
All right. Because of people like me. Not to mention way too early Christmas decorations. Costco, anybody? And it's time to do the Puyallup. Now, for those of you who aren't Western Washington State locals, you are very confused.
Wait, can I sing it? Do the Puyallup.
Oh, yeah. Only yesterday I discovered there are two ways to refer to it, the Puyallup Fair and the Washington State Fair.
Yeah.
I, as an immigrant to this state, have been calling it the Washington State Fair.
Well, because that's what
entire
you're supposed to call it. They keep trying to change it to that, but the old schoolers.
It was the Puyallup Fair.
It was always called the
Yes.
Puyallup Fair, but it's actually the Washington State Fair, so they're trying to make it be called that.
It was even the Western Washington Fair for a while,
right.
yes. So that Do the Puyallup has actually been the slogan of the Washington State Fair for over 100
Whoa.
years.
Oh
and
my
it has
gosh.
I
been
did not know
sticking
that.
around
That's
since
why it became the Puyallup Fair.
1913.
Their own
Yes.
slogan got in their own way.
Well, welcome back to Rainy Day Rabbit Holes, our friends. And with us, we have two amazing friends. We have Stephen and Laura from the Midday Musings Podcast.
Hello.
Their podcast is a short 20-minute cozy little dive into, I'll have you guys explain it.
Yeah, so Midday Musings is your cozy corner on the internet where we talk about whatever's on our mind, which typically tends to be TV, movies, relationships, often through the lens of history, which is usually provided by our resident historian, Laura.
It's true.
And fantastic, intelligent conversations that really make you think about things that you may not have thought about before. I always come away feeling a little bit better after listening to one of your episodes. So it's actually medicine for the soul.
It's a great one to put your headphones on during your lunch break when you're going to try to be by yourself and lock out all your coworkers for your 30-minute break.
Exactly.
It's entertaining, and people will see you with your headphones on and leave you alone.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate that. You know, like even though we talk about light stuff, we talk about dark stuff too, but we always try to make it light and make it digestible. We don't talk politics. We don't talk anything controversial. We're there to soothe your soul, really. You come and listen to us, you're going to leave feeling a little better.
I never once felt like I wanted to fast forward
Nope.
Really?
while listening
Aw.
to your episodes. It's
That's
great.
because it's so short.
Well, it's just,
20
I
minutes
think
in and out.
that's why I like it for the Midday Musings. Great name. You could listen to it in your lunch break. You could listen to it while you're vacuuming. Whatever it is, doing the dishes. Boom, you're entertained for your quick little set. I love it. Love it.
Some friends listen to us in the shower. So look forward to that.
I have done that.
I listen to you in the hot tub.
Perfect. That's yet better.
It's when I want to relax.
You could do a couple episodes in the hot tub because don't get out after 15 or 20 minutes. Keep
You're
on
just
going.
getting started. You're just getting started at that point.
Well, our friends are here today to talk with us about the Washington State Fair, formerly the Puyallup Fair, and still called that by most locals.
Yes.
Don't try
never
to
stop
change
saying
names
it.
on us.
I can't.
And this is the largest single attraction in Washington State, one of the top 10 largest fairs in the U.S., and one of the biggest fairs in the world. It's a 20-day party starting the Friday of Labor Day, and over its run will host over 1 million guests.
That's it. It feels like there's 1 million a day when I'm there.
It does. It's a lot.
Big fair.
They do
It is a
pack
big
'em
fair.
in.
Mm-hmm.
The fair didn't always pull in such large crowds, though. It originally started in 1900 as the Valley Fair, and this was an attempt to highlight local agricultural products and local businesses. The city of Puyallup put together a fair association, and with only $82 in raised funds of a projected $1,000 campaign, they built a 10-foot fence around a vacant lot west of Pioneer Park in Puyallup, threw up a borrowed tent, which pretty much promptly collapsed due to high winds.
Oh, classic founder stuff. Oh my gosh.
It's that time of year.
But they also hadn't managed to get enough locals on board quite yet. And by noon of opening day, there were no exhibits.
Oh, no. Oh.
But
So
the
they just
fencing
had
was there.
A fence, a tent, and an empty lot.
Some of the greatest dreams begin this way.
It's a tent and an empty lot. That's my dream, Laura. That's
There was
my dream.
if you build it, they will come, but on a budget.
Oh, wonderful.
So one rancher finally rambled up to the fair with his short-horned bull named Nix. And Nix served as the very first ride of the fair, as he had been taught to allow children on his back.
And he was still a full bull?
He was a bull.
Wow.
That's
Yep.
adorable.
That is.
So not long after, another farmer showed up with a herd of cows, some chickens, ducks, geese, and hogs. And that was it for the opening exhibits. So
They're
that
not
was day
bad
one.
exhibits, to
Not
be totally
bad.
honest. Though.
Laura, I feel like you still could have fun at that exhibit with just those pieces.
Yeah,
of
if
the
someone
fair.
was like, we've got a docile bull you can ride, I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a long line.
So even though entry was only $1 for the entire family, almost no one came to opening day. However, by Friday, word of mouth had spread and visitors began to trickle in. By the end of the fair, more local farmers had come through, and there were several horses, foals, and even an owl.
Ooh.
I know. Along with produce needlework, bakery items, jam, and jelly displays.
Hold on. Did you say
Produce
Oh, those were two words. You said produce, needlework. And I was like,
and needlework.
and needlework. Okay.
Produce
Two different things. I was like,
needlework.
are they sewing on carrots?
Although,
Remember, this was 1900 and entertainment options were pretty slim.
Mm-hmm.
There were contests for best raspberry wine, most butter made in 24 hours, and contests for the best produce, like the most beautiful Hubbard squash.
ooh.
Oh, I
That
will
still
tell
goes
you,
on.
at the fair on Friday, there is a pumpkin there that is over 1,500 pounds.
That's
Ooh.
incredible.
We need to take that.
Well, you have to have a crane to get it out of your
yeah,
yard.
absolutely.
I can't do that in my
How
yard.
did we get that to the pumpkin regatta?
I can't from my yard. I don't have a way to get a crane down the
I
side
don't know.
Is
yard.
the pumpkin regatta a sailing competition between pumpkins?
Yeah.
You carve
giant
out you
gourds.
carve out a giant pumpkin and you sit in it and in costume and you row on the Tualatin River.
Tualatin.
Tualatin.
Tualatin. And
That-
it's in our pickleball podcast. We talked about other weird
The
sports
weird sports
of the Northwest, and one of them is yearly for their fall festival.
have a
in
dream.
Oregon.
to be part of it.
You get in a costume and you row in your large pumpkin.
So you get in a pumpkin? Like, is it cut out?
It's carved
to be,
out. Carved
to
out.
be like a boat?
Yep.
Yeah, and then you got the
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
I imagine pumpkins steering a sail ship, a sailboat, but my mind is broadened. My world is larger. Thank
The
you, guys.
pumpkin is your boat.
pour it out, and that's your boat, and it floats, and you get in and you row.
See, like this is the self-determination that I see in Washington State
Yes.
that really makes me admire
Right.
all of
Where
the
else?
Washingtonians.
Where
well,
else?
and we were trying to come up with a way that we could cheat
hmm
to get kicked out of the pumpkin regatta just for the street cred.
yeah,
Oh,
Like-
yeah, that would be a story.
right.
Like
just for the
people-
We
riz,
like
man.
attention.
We got
buy
kicked out of the
you.
pumpkin regatta. We
That is going to be on our card.
used a
gonna be
giant
one.
squash instead of a pumpkin. They weren't okay with
I want
it.
the front page pictures with like us in handcuffs.
We were going to get like a secret little engine that we attached to it.
Oh, then you could be on the Lawless Ladies podcast because they talk about people who,
Yes.
ladies who break the law.
That would be an
Here's
amazing one. And we could also be on the Live Laugh Larceny podcast because that is a petty crime.
I was just
Oh, yeah.
thinking we should make it a goal to try and get on these types of podcasts.
I don't think our
well,
husbands are
stage
gonna,
events.
are
Mine
gonna
will be
want
fine.
us to be arrested.
Wait, I'm
Mine
sorry.
I
will be
don't
fine.
know. Like the Washington police force is extremely low touch
Right.
in
Oh,
terms
yeah.
of nonviolent offenses.
Right.
I think you could
Absolutely.
get away with
Someone-
some of this.
I could see someone calling the cops and they're like, nothing we can do about that. We got like 5,000 things to do. You just call us back when somebody's killed somebody.
All right.
Are our cops
We just
from
gotta-
Jersey?
We gotta pick the
Apparently,
right crimes.
every cop is from Jersey in my head. I don't know why. The Jersey of the soul. I don't know what it is.
I'd like to explore Stephen all his voiceovers or voices. I love it.
Keep bringing them.
Oh, I got some voices. Don't you worry.
So besides contests for the best produce, there was a prettiest baby competition. a cattle parade, and a horse race. With visitors from Tacoma finally coming in by train, the First Valley Fair netted $583 with around 3,000 visitors.
Whoa. What is it, like
Ooh.
25 cents
Dang.
to get in?
It's
crazy.
$1 for the entire family.
And it made $3,000?
No, it made
course.
580
$500.
with 3,000 visitors.
So that's like $10,000 in today's currency, right?
Remember how they were trying to get $1,000 in funding? Got like 80-something dollars.
82.
$82. Then got a little over $500. So they're not even meeting their initial
Oh.
funding
Yeah.
requirements.
Not
but
great.
it's still a beautiful stone soup of fairground.
Oh, yeah.
With
It's a fairy
a
tale.
fence and a tent. They made it they made it happen. So the Puyallup Fair was a big part of my childhood. I was heavily involved in 4-H and participated in sewing, baking, dog shows, cat
Ooh.
shows, public speaking demonstrations, you name it. But the biggest part of the fair for me was showing my dairy goats. Every summer we would load our goats into the back seat of my dad's crew cab truck, which we nicknamed Gracie, as in, by the grace of God, this truck will not break down. Which, by the way, one memorable moment, it did. In the middle of the Narrows Bridge,
Oh.
we had just taken our goat to get bred. So she had already been bred. And I don't know if you guys have ever smelled a male goat.
Mm.
It is not pleasant.
Mm-mm.
And he generally will pee all over the female. So that smell was in the back of the
So
truck.
they didn't clean her up after? They just put her right in the back of the truck?
It's a goat.
It's so
I-
classless. Just kidding.
I gotta ask, is the lady goat okay with this? Or she's
Right.
like, I just accept my circumstances. There's nothing I can do.
She's into it.
She's into it.
It's the right.
It's
It's the right
cultural.
era.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
culture
the right
thing. Okay.
time of the
No
month.
kink shaming.
No, that's fair. I was just
She's
curious.
all
I
in.
wanted to make sure she felt safe. I don't know. I just
Some
didn't know.
people enjoy golden showers.
I actually really appreciate your desire to make sure consent is received.
Yeah,
I
you
love
know,
it.
it's
Thank
important.
you.
No, so the female goat will wag her tail and make little noises with her tongue out, and she's into it. And she did. He was
Oh.
very handsome. I will
That's
give her
what's
that. He
hot
was very
in the goat world.
exactly. He was
That's
a very
clubbing.
handsome buck.
That's
But
clubbing.
when you break down in the middle of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge with a just bred goat in the back of your truck,
It's like you've just been to a rave.
The lady goat's out there smoking a cigarette. She's like, wow, that was amazing, Greg. I've decided that's the male goat's name.
So at the fair, we would set up for a solid week. We'd decorate our pens. We'd make educational posters, which I was very proud of mine. Iron our show whites, shave the goat's udders, and basically live at the fair. You are looking at me with a lot of confusion. So part of preparing your goat for show is you are showcasing the quality of their udder, because they do get judged on their udder.
Yeah.
It's like if we just went out and we're getting judged.
It's like a
on
white.
our-
It's a what is that white T-shirt
it's a white
contest?
t-shirt contest for goats. But part of that is you shave them so they're all smooth and
Yeah,
pink.
they do it too.
Yeah.
for the white T-shirt. You can't have any
Shave
hairs
their-
coming through the.
This is a
It's all
cross-cultural
prep.
experience. It's a cross-cultural experience. Humans, goats, they get it.
Yeah.
We all get it. Yeah.
So basically, we would live at the fair for this week. We would go home every night, but we were there like from the moment we woke up practically until the fair shut down every night. So I, of course, was very competitive, as you can probably imagine. And not only did my goat Cedar consistently win the goat cracker eating contest, my educational displays would always get grand champion ribbons. My costumes for the goats almost always got first or second place. And my team was always Goat Bowl champion. I can still
Impressive.
remember the 4 compartments of a goat's stomach. Would you like to know?
Yeah, lay it
Yes,
down.
please.
I would.
Omasum, abomasum, rumen, rectilium.
I have never seen Shea brag so much.
That's a lie.
You are an award-winning goat champion.
Goatier.
Goatee.
Goatee.
Yeah.
Oh,
An
I like that.
award-winning-
Makes it sounds
Huh?
fancy.
Doesn't
Like I put my pinky up when I'm drinking my goat's milk.
Shea, our award-winning goatee. Yes.
So one thing when we would be milking the goats and the public would come by when we were at the fair, one of my favorite things to do was I was a dead shot with that. And so I would just squirt it right into somebody's face.
Specifically, children.
Oh, I always would win the goat milking contest too.
because
Those are a
of
lot
your
of
shot.
ribbons. How did you store them?
Oh, I still have a big box of ribbons.
Perfect.
They're still showcased.
I thought about trying to dig them out and bring them so I could display them.
Like, let's just put them right on
Oh,
the show.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now we are.
It does feel very
It's
PNW,
part
honestly.
of the podcast history.
So, not only was this fair a big part of my childhood because of the 4-H, but I also had my very first kiss at the fair.
Whoa.
That's horrible.
But was it human?
I was going to ask the same thing. Was it a goat? Was it Greg? He was a very handsome goat, I heard.
You and what was your goat's name that you
Cedar.
Cedar, you and Cedar shared a friend?
No, I think his name was Chris.
Oh, close to Craig.
He was from Roy.
Well, you spent a lot of time out there, so that makes sense.
So here's the thing: it's kind of in the past. I don't really remember, but I do believe he may have been with FFA, which that is like a Romeo and Juliet.
Well,
thing
I was
right
just
there.
going to say my kids did FFA.
So FFA is Future Farmers of America,
Oh, I'm very
and
familiar with
4-H
them.
and FFA had a huge
they're
rivalry.
rivals.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you two were like Romeo and Juliet.
Absolutely, we
Whoa.
were. Yeah,
Star-crossed lovers.
absolutely.
Their marriage could have brought about the merger
Yes. Oh, my.
Of the 4-H and the
And the
FFA.
FFA.
Oh,
to form one
Your
super
families-
farmer group.
Your families must have won this war.
But by far, the most incredible thing to ever happen at the fair involved my own mom, Sherry,
Oh, yes.
in 1991.
My favorite story ever.
See, I'm so glad we brought new people in for this.
Yes. This is fantastic. We will show you guys the video.
Yes.
Oh, there's a video.
I'm excited. Anytime there's a video, I'm down. Yes.
This incident made the news on every local television station, radio station, newspapers, not only locally, but around the country. I even found this article in newspapers in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Wait, about your love affair with this?
No,
with
my
this-
mom's incident.
I'm sorry.
Her mom was involved in a chicken incident. Oh, sorry.
In an incident.
In an incident.
It was even mentioned on Paul Harvey, and it was in the National Enquirer.
Oh, I did not know these things.
You guys want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Local celebrity,
am-
Shea's mom.
Riveted.
Okay, we will dive in after this short break. Welcome back. By the way, if you want to hear our episodes ad-free and get better hair, you should join our Patreon. Not only do you get these ad-free episodes, but you get them a day early, plus you get bonus episodes and other awesome perks.
I have a firmer hiney from it.
My nails have been growing longer and stronger.
My abs are already more six-packy just hearing about it.
Yes. Powerful.
So just head on over to our website at rainydayrabbitholes.com to find that link to support us. And thank you so much to our monthly supporters. Also, if you are listening to this episode on Radio Tacoma, you can find all of our episodes at our website. Okay, here we go. You ready?
The Puyallup Fair, where livestock are lively, humans are happy, and all is well for 2 weeks every summer. But this year, all of that changed as the fairgrounds were swept up in a poultry panic that tested the courage of a henhouse hero.
This was very serious.
My mom, Sherry, was heavily involved in 4-H, not only supporting us kids, but also as a judge. There was an event that many kids participated in, including me, where they would give a public demonstration of some skill, and it would also include some informational display. So the one I really remember was giving a demonstration on how to give an injection, because we would give our own injections to our goats. So I would give an injection to an orange. One day, near the end of the fair in 1991, Daniel Burnson, 12 years old, was on the spot. He was set up on the small stage, the table in front of him containing a microphone on a stand, a bowl of soapy water, and his sister's prize show chicken. The chicken sat docilely in the bowl of water, submitting to the demonstration of how to prepare a chicken for show.
Daniel was explaining his process of shampooing the chicken and what type of shampoo you use in the process.
Daniel had one hand lightly on the chicken to keep it in the bowl. But as he leaned across the table to speak into the microphone, something went terribly wrong. Unwittingly, the poor kid had pushed the chicken's head into the water, and the bird had drowned.
Oh, no.
The crowd gasped. David's sister was yelling, but David didn't know what to do. But luckily for David and the chicken, my mom, Sherry, was the judge for this particular event.
Puyallup poultry judge Sherry Milligan never imagined she was about to play a game of chicken with death.
In true mom fashion, she sprang into action to save the day.
But like a good egg, Sherry never cracked under the pressure. Within a Kentucky Fried second, she sprang into action.
She grabbed the limp chicken, held it upside down by its feet, and massaged the water out of its lungs.
Oh, seriously?
No response. So my mom opened its little beak, put her lips to it, and performed mouth-to-beak resuscitation.
It's amazing. And if you know Sherry, this is not a surprise. It's just a great capture.
Oh my gosh.
With the breath of life back in its little chest, the chicken squawked to life, only to collapse again.
Oh no.
But the recuperation was short-lived. The shell-shocked chicken passed out a second time.
It was dead. It had drowned either from stress or whatever. It was gone.
Once more, Sherry breathed life back into the bird brain, and it came back around. The grateful Burnson family hugged Sherry and returned the hapless chicken to its cage for some R&R. My mom, unperturbed, went on with her day as if nothing had happened. But then, the calls started. Pretty soon, my mom was being bombarded with calls from television stations, radio stations, and newspapers. She finally gave in and let Evening Magazine and Jim Deaver come out to our house in Gig Harbor for an interview.
This was the day that a hero was born.
I will link that segment in the show notes and on our website. She continues to be surprised as friends and family mentioned hearing about the incident on the Paul Harvey Show and reading about it in papers across the country, including the National Enquirer. From that point on, my mom was continuously given chicken gag gifts and reminded of the incident, much to her chagrin.
Oh my god.
She's going to be so mad
Even
at
up
me.
till recently.
Yes, she's going to be so mad at me when she hears this
Gonna be
episode.
like, I just got over it. People
You
stop
saved
talking
one
to me.
chicken's life.
So if you are lucky enough to ever meet my wonderful mom, Sherry, I want you to ask her something. Look her right in the eyes and with all seriousness ask, so Sherry, I need to know, do chickens have lips?
Oh my gosh.
Poor Sherry.
And that is the most amazing
just
thing
love
that's
her
ever
so much.
happened at the Puyallup Fair.
Oh my
The amazing thing
gosh.
about Sherry is I'm sure she never took a class on how to save a drowning chicken, but she just knew, just like everything else.
Wait, did she?
She's like, it's got lungs. How different
yeah,
could it be?
I got this.
was she medically trained? Was she trained in CPR at all, or did
No.
she just kind of figure it out?
She cared for a lot of animals.
Yeah,
She-
so I mean, we had goats. We've always had goats and sheep and chickens and ducks. And so when you raise all those farm animals, you have to figure out, you learn veterinary skills.
Yeah.
We gave our own injections. When a goose or a chicken would become egg bound, you have to put on a glove, lube that hand up, and go up that cloaca. You know, that sort of thing was always happening. Is just, you just like, all right, I guess I got to save this animal's life. And so my mom doesn't even think twice about it. She's like, all right, here we go.
She said she was stunned over the attention after that. She's like, I was just doing a thing we do on the farm, and all of a sudden,
So you got multiple generations of like notable people in the fair, like award-winning goat champion
That's
of
me.
yourself, Shea, and your mom is a chicken hero. She saved
Yeah.
a chicken's life not
My
once,
mom is a hero.
but
Yeah.
twice.
Yes.
Holy cow! I mean, holy chicken? I don't know.
yeah, definitely holy chicken. What a hero.
That's my mom.
She is.
Casual superheroing about the place.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
exactly right. She's just going about her business, superheroing, and not even noticing she's superheroing.
She's a superhero to me. My mom is 76 years old, and she comes over and does my yard work for me.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
you never know. She rides her bike every day. How many miles?
Oh, this week she was like, yeah, I went for 33 miles this week.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
mom. She's awesome. So if you have a story about the Puyallup Fair, or heck, any fair, you can send that to Shea at rainydayrabbitholes.com. For ad-free episodes and bonus content, make sure you join our Patreon. And make sure to check out Pretty Gritty Tours if you are in Washington. As of now, I am a tour guide for them, helping out with historic tours of the Brown Castle at Stadium High School. That's the fair. Are you guys going to go to the fair?
100%. And actually, I don't know how to bring this up, but I'm Shea, I'm a little starstruck because the 4-H section of the fair is the only place I care about.
Oh.
And I like loiter and stalk the individuals who are caring for the animals. And I'm like, so what's it like to own a small horse?
It's a lot of work. Ask them.
It's a lot of scooping poop. That's owning an animal.
It's true. Every time we go to the fair, she makes a beeline for the 4-H
That's amazing,
section.
though.
She's
Good
like,
for
"Come
you
here, the
because
animals, let's
those
go."
kids do. Shay can tell you, and my kids did FFA. I'm sorry to be a competitor.
Oh,
but,
another star-crossed.
Oh, no.
but that is year-round work. And then when you get to the fair, they spend from dark to dark.
Yep.
I mean, I'm dropping her off at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm picking her up at 11 p.m.
Yep.
Like, it is a lot of work. So for you to do that and act like they're superstars is probably amazing
But
for them because they are.
100% they are superstars. And it's such an interesting way to spend your time. And I did always think to myself as I was watching all of these kids together in what was the event of the summer for them, I could see like the slight teenage romance happening. And I'm like, oh, this is
Oh, yeah.
This is a coming of age movie. I am witnessing core
100%.
memories being
Yes.
built. And I like have my own like little ships that I have in my mind where I'm like, I really ship that girl who does the goats
Yes.
with that guy and the long-haired bunnies. I
And
feel like
you're
there's something real there.
I have a whole story. That's
So
amazing.
I will tell you, I mean, it was definitely that. We're all teenagers. We're all
Yeah.
young
Oh, yeah.
teenagers. I was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old when I was doing this. So hormones are raging. You're at this event, and not only just the state fair, but we would do the King County Fair in Enumclaw, and then we would do
Yeah.
the spring fair, and then we would do this fair. And when we lived in Pierce County for one hot second, we did the Pierce County Fair too, which is kind of like the Pierce County Library, inferior to the King County. Unfortunately, I hate it. I wish that the Pierce County
That's
Library
true,
would get
actually.
more money because they do not have all the books King County
That's
does.
true.
Mm-mm.
Poor Pierce County. Anyway, but yes, it was you're spending all this time without your parents half the time. There would be
Right?
like one mom that
You're
would
not
be
allowed,
there.
really, unless you're
Yeah,
one of
because
the-
there always would have to be an adult there just to supervise. But
Mhm.
otherwise, you're doing your thing, and you're all kind of on the same page because you're like getting your animals ready.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, though, is like half the time you're like cleaning out pins, so you're scooping poop. So there's
Hey,
poop everywhere. You're
there's
just
no
no-
glamour.
But it's like that's your moment to like sneak away, like next to the big pit where you would dump your animal feces is where you'd like sneak a kiss. And I remember at the King County Fair in Enumclaw, you would dump the manure down this slope. And so it became this like giant slope of straw and goat manure.
Mm.
And so we would sit on trash can lids and ride ski the slope of
Oh,
feces
Oh my
down.
gosh.
And then of course, like you could land in a huddle with your crush and get a little contact that way,
Mhm.
literally at the base of a mountain of poop.
Oh my goodness.
That's romance.
So
I had
romantic.
That's
no
true
idea.
romance,
That's
yeah.
I had no idea that was happening, and I never would have pictured that for you.
Well, we should probably wrap this up. Thank you so much, Laura and Stephen, for coming by and recording with us. This has been an absolute delight.
Absolutely.
I
Oh,
have
same.
never had more pleasure than discussing the Puyallup Fair with you.
You guys are going to watch the video right after
Yes,
this.
yes,
It's
yes.
incredible.
Oh, I'm excited. You mentioned there's a video. I'm like, I have to see
Yes.
it. I
My
have to
mom
see it.
is so mad that we dug this video up. She's going to be so mad when she hears this episode, but I love you, Mom.
Wait, I love you, Sherry. It's out of love and respect. We're highlighting you.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, don't forget to go to Rainy Day Rabbit Holes for everything you need, including that link to Patreon. If you're on Radio Tacoma, thank you so much for joining us. You can go to Rainy Day Rabbit Holes to listen to all of the other episodes that aren't on the radio. And we will see you next time.
See you down the rabbit hole.
Thank God. No, I don't have kids, so I don't know that relief.
You know, you'd never know. You're very intuitive to the whole mom situation. Like
Oh,
for
I
me.
could understand. I mean, when I am around my friends who have children and their children finally go off with somebody else, I am also relieved.
Get him out of here. Get him somewhere else.
They were cute for 15 minutes and then they became annoying. Not a mother.
You're just getting overstimulated. I get it. I
Exactly.
get it.